Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here, doing a quick review of Taken 2. I just got back from seeing not the midnight screening, the 10 p.m. screening. For some reason they were having 10 o'clock shows with this one. It seemed like in all the theaters. I guess because, on the East Coast it would, already have been midnight, so I guess they can show that or something like that. Now, I'm going to go right in with saying with this movie, I say this a lot about movies when they're PG-13. This one, and I saw the first Taken, which was PG-13, but I saw it when it was on Blu-ray for the first time, and I watched the extended, the more of the R-rated cut of the movie. And the thing with this movie that really, really, really lacked, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to agree with watching this, was it even though it was like a brutal thing about him, killing off all these people, killing all the people that were after him and everything. I'm going to get to the plot in a second, but even though all this was happening, like all the scenes when people's like necks were getting broken, there was no snap sound. There was like, real tame. It was just like so toned down, almost like sound effects were missing and things like that, which was a shame, especially a couple of points when you saw like he would snap his neck and someone's neck and it'd be like no noise, no anything. That was the biggest downfall. It's like this definitely, and I know it's going to make more money being PG-13, and I know exactly why it's PG-13, and it totally makes sense. It's just I almost think I should have waited and watched this on Blu-ray, because I'm pretty sure that there's going to be, an extended unrated version. I can pretty much guarantee if there isn't, I don't know why they don't put the things back in. It was kind of like, with the Die Hard. Like the last one, like, why was that PG-13? Especially this kind of movie, this is totally R-rated kind of stuff. But the concept of this movie is the people that he killed in the first movie, who took his daughter, in the first movie he went to find his daughter. One of the fathers of the kids that he killed, the guys that he killed, one of, his son and the son's friends and everything, is who, Liam Neeson's character killed. So he wants to get revenge and find Liam Neeson and kill him. And Liam Neeson is going to Istanbul on like I think he's like does security for things like that for like presidents and high up there people, and his wife and daughters, they just recently got separated, but his pretty much his wife, his daughter go along because they were gonna go on a trip with the wife's new boyfriend because they just got separated, and he ended up backing out last minute. So she ended up coming along with him, and while they're there, Liam Neeson and his wife end up getting kidnapped, and they're after the daughter, and it's basically all this stuff with him, saying to the daughter, you are gonna, we have been taken, and you need to hide because they're gonna come for you. So there's all these sequences with the daughter, having to try and find the father, things like that. And I like that aspect. At some points too, you could tell they were trying to like get rid of the daughter. You know what I mean? Like I thought the daughter could have stayed around more doing stuff. Like I thought it kind of worked with him having her with him. It was made it a little different. But you could tell at one point they were trying like to get rid of her. And when you watch the movie or see, I looked at the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes just a second ago. It seems like critics don't like this. Like I'm gonna say, it's not a perfect movie. I think the PG-13 thing and being real cut up feeling takes away from it. Also the fact that it's very much the same, but still it wasn't bad. I did like it. I didn't like it as much as the first movie. I remember when I saw the first film, I found myself very surprised by it and thinking, wow, this was actually really pretty good. And from the trailers of the first one, I thought it looked interesting. But when I saw it, I'm like, wow, this is really pretty cool. And I really found myself really liking it. This one, I felt like it started off a little slow. It needed to, build up to getting to Istanbul and all that stuff, but it was very slow and a little bit, once it started going, it was pretty good. There were some pretty cool sequences in it. The the being cut up feeling definitely took away from it a little bit. I think people should see this, but I almost feel like, it'd be better seeing it for the first time. And like I said, hopefully they do one, when at least the sound effects are in there and stuff that are kind of feel missing. But like I said, I did like it. I didn't hate it or anything. But I don't think it's absolutely like a must-see. I didn't absolutely love it. I did like it, but that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I think it's definitely, worth checking out if you like the first movie, but don't go into it thinking that you're gonna have the same kind of feeling that a lot of people did with like how good the first one was. This is kind of like, has a typical sequel kind of feel to it, where it's just kind of like doing something that doesn't have to be happening, and almost like there really didn't need to be a sequel to this movie. But it's, like I said, it still wasn't terrible. Out of, stars out of 10 stars, maybe 6.5 or so. I think there's some people who are going to really like it and some people are going to really dislike it. But anyway, though, thanks a lot for watching, for subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. And the DVD update's on the way. Just trying to catch up on everything. See you guys later. Bye.